The new Wegovy pill is now available through Weight Watchers. Powerful GLP-1 results in a simple pill at the lowest price available. And with Weight Watchers, you can get doctor support and personalized nutrition programs. See if you qualify at weightwatchers.com. Ad not reviewed or approved by Novo Nordisk.
Because once I get the why, then it's like, okay, keep going. Keep going. Okay, why now? What? But why that? And just expand. And then that's when the clarity starts to come. Clarity is going to come with movement, whether it be movement of thought, movement of, literally one foot in front of the other. But that's when the clarity is going to come of, now, can you get there?
Right.
Because once you know the why, you'll start to understand how. Then you'll start to measure, how hard is this going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want to put this much effort into it?
Yeah.
Does this really just sound good? Is this my ego? Or do I really want to do this? Because I have a very strong belief that if it truly matters to you, you will do it.
Welcome to the Bomb Life Podcast, where fitness, mindset, and real talk collide. This isn't just about workouts. It's about transforming your body, mind, and life. Get ready for unfiltered conversations, expert advice, and the motivation you need to level up in every way. Hey everyone, welcome to the Bomb Life Podcast. I am Melissa Vogel, your host. Welcome to the show. Wow, we have a lot of exciting things happening. I have so many exciting things to tell you guys and share with you. But first, if you are new to the show, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. I know people come from all over. Sometimes you guys hear me on other podcasts. Sometimes you see me on social media and you find out I have a podcast. Sometimes your friends share a show with you and they're like, you got to listen to this. I'm grateful for every single avenue that you guys come from, but welcome. Always go back and listen. Like seriously, we have so much information that could change your life. We put discount codes in there. We work with different products and companies, only the best of the best on this show, for real. So even if there's like an ad in there, trust me, you want to hear it. You want to hear it and grab the discount code from it. So always go back and listen. And then you really know like what the show is about, where I'm from, all of it. And then if you're a returning listener, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are here and ready for another incredible episode that could literally change your life if you let it. Okay, a couple things that I have to share with you guys. We're going to be having some changes to the show. I don't know, probably like in May. We're going to have once a month, I'm going to have a co-host, Jen, come on. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be a Bomb Life unfiltered episode. And that episode we will put fully on YouTube as well. So you'll be able to watch and listen. And we're just taking a little bit different direction with the podcast. Everything is going to be same and fantastic and wonderful. And you're going to love it. But like we're opening it up to even more. And this is where you come into play. If you can think of a guest or you see someone on TikTok or Instagram, male, female, whatever, or there is a topic that you're like, man, Melissa, I really would love to hear more about this, or I saw this person, I think that they'd be great to have on the show, email us. It's Melissa Vogel. So ITSMELISSAVOGEL@gmail.com and say, hey, I found this person. Hey, can you talk about this topic? Like, I really want to know about it. And don't worry, we won't share your name. We will keep it completely private. And we're just looking to hear more about what you want. I know what I want to talk about. Jen knows what she wants to talk about in other episodes and guests, but like, I want to hear from you too. So send us a message. If you're on social media, shoot me a DM too. And again, we keep it completely private. We're not going to be like, John Smith from Pennsylvania wants to talk more about erectile dysfunction. Like, no, that's not going to happen. Okay. So pass it on. But this episode, once a month, Jen's going to come on and we're going to call it the Bomb Life Unfiltered episode. It's going to be juicy. We are diving into sex and dating and marriage and divorce and abuse and boyfriends and narcissists and everything that you can possibly think of that we are going to be diving into, because all of that affects our mental health. That all affects our fitness level. It all comes together and I don't want to hide. I want to share my experiences. I want to keep talking about things with you guys. And Jen is incredible. She's been through a lot with me. She's going to be an awesome co-host. So if you think of anything, you want to talk about anything, send us an email. Keep an eye out. That is coming. Also, in May, I am running a Fit Body Method. it is, and I'm just going to call it that, the method. It's not a boot camp. It's not a challenge. It's going to be 4 weeks, and it's going to be a Fit Body method. And I'm going to teach you this method. You are going to have to sign up. When we have the link to be able to sign up and join, we will pass that on. But I just want to give a heads up to you guys. We are going to be starting on May 4th, and it's going to run for 4 weeks. If you're looking to like change your body, like, no, seriously, I want to change my body. I want to learn this method. I want to like do it for real. Like maybe you've done my Fit Chick bootcamp before or something in the past. Great. Do this again. If you are someone who's like, I've always wanted to do it and I haven't, this is your opportunity. And it's going to be for men and women. So you will get my app. You will get the workouts. You will be put into a private group. Like I will coach you through the next 4 weeks. So put that down on your calendars, May 4th, and it's going to run through June 1st. And it's going to get you ready to show up for the rest of your life, but also summer. Like, let's be real. It is going to end just before summer, but you're going to keep it on. And then we can talk about how you can keep things going too after. But I want to give everyone that kick in the ass. Everyone is asking for it. They want it. And I want to support that. And I get it. I get people aren't necessarily ready for coaching, you know, or they're not ready to be a part of a group or anything, but they want something and they need that help. Here you go. You're welcome. So stay tuned for that. We'll put everything in the show notes. Let's dive into today's episode. It's Carrie Fabris on. Oh my God. Make sure you check out the show notes because she has a vibe checklist in there that you are going to want to take. Carrie Fabris is the founder of Career Frame, a Dallas-based leadership development and executive coaching firm, and it's dedicated to transforming leaders, teams, and organizational culture. With over 20 years of corporate experience and 15 plus years in leadership roles at Google, Travelocity, Sabre, and Travel Leaders Corporate, Carrie combines real-world business insight with her expertise in CliftonStrengths, EQI 2.0, and situational leadership. Through her signature FRAMEit Method, she delivers high energy, actionable coaching and workshops that help leaders bridge the gap between achievement and legacy, and while maintaining balance, purpose, and impact in their professional and personal lives. Carrie is the author of All In. We talk about this book in the episode, and it's the working mom's unapologetic quest for a juicy life. She shares her personal journey of navigating corporate ambition, entrepreneurship, and motherhood without compromise. This is not just a book for women. Let's just say that. We were laughing in the beginning about how the podcast used to be called the Mom Podcast, and we had so many male listeners. We changed it to the Mom Life and for other reasons too. And she's like, oh my God, I get that too with my book. People are like, this should have just been like a professional parent type book. So when you hear me say, oh, working mom or whatever, and I throw that word mom in there, don't run, you guys. Like, keep listening. We are talking all about like how to avoid burnout and how it's not the stress in your life. It's the lack of stress recovery. And we talk about the importance of recovery. We talk about identifying energy leaks, instant gratification, like parenting these mini adults and why that's so important. And we talk about comparison. Oh, it's such a good conversation. You guys are going to absolutely love it because, of course, we only bring you the best of the best, and Carrie is fantastic. So make sure you go to the show notes, check out the links. If you don't know if you're a fit for the Fit Body Method, send me a message, you guys. Send me a detail, a DM. Shoot me something. Like, I'm here to help. Don't listen and then just ignore. We're going to put all Carrie's links in there as well. But if you're looking for more help and move forward in anything, reach out. Please don't reach out. Book a call. All right, you guys, enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Mom Life Podcast. Today we have Carrie Fabris on the show. Welcome, Carrie.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited that you're here. I cannot wait to dive into all things. Girl, like everything you talk about like burnout, like instant gratification, like your book, All In, the working mom's unapologetic quest for a juicy life. Like, dude, you are speaking my language. Just
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Yeah, this is cool. So you're a mom.
I am.
Are busy. How old are your kids? How many do you have?
I have two. I have almost a 15-year-old son, Lucas, and a 13-year-old daughter, Lala. So we are in the thick of teenage and middle school and having so much fun. Actually.
So fun. I'm right there with you. Like, we are the same age bracket, and it's, man, there is no baby book for like how to raise your kids once they start to become these mini adults.
Yep.
And it's crazy how much you learn too of, wow, what I do and the life that I live holy shit balls.
Mhm.
It is directly impacting their life. Like
Mhm.
I am
Yeah.
teaching them how to be an adult. I am teaching them what is important, where our priorities should lie. And for me with like health and fitness and stuff, I'm like, I'm teaching them what their norm is. Like if I want
Yeah.
my kids
Great
to,
norm too. This is what healthy looks like, by the way. Yeah. Uh-huh.
no
Love
one
that.
else is going to do it. And you probably see it too. You're out on social media, you're out there doing it. If we don't show them,
Yeah.
they will find it from somewhere else. They will find a norm or someone to look up to somewhere else. Crazy.
No, it is. And our generation is having to raise kids like no other generation before us, because when you speak about instant gratification, my God, like this next generation is like, they don't understand commercials. They're like, well, just fast forward it, just skip it. I'm like, well, I can't actually, now that I'm watching HBO and they want me to watch this 15-second commercial. So the instant gratification is something that is alive and well with our kids for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're definitely going to dive into that and like the difference between that instant gratification and long-term achievement and like how that's the goal. But
yeah,
man, we swipe, we call, we dial, we text, and we get everything now. And it is just, it messes with our heads. And it's so funny because then I see that in the fitness world too. And people are like, well, I ate a salad for 2 weeks straight for dinner.
Yeah.
Where are my abs?
Why do I still have this gut?
Yeah.
Totally.
Carrie, so I got to know, like, how did this become what you do, what you focus on? And this is like your career. I've got to know your story and how this started out for you.
Yeah. So I have been running Career Frame for a decade now. We're an executive coaching and leadership development firm. And if you would have talked to me 12 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy saying that this is where I was going to be come 2026. I actually grew up in the travel industry, or to Travelocity, at Google, at Sabre, started my leadership career at Google back in the early 2000s, and loved what I did. I was always over account management and sales, and really love the account management piece of just the relationship building with clients and such. I had a chance to step out for a minute to be mom, and it lasted a minute. Meaning I loved my children, but I was like, I had a team that actually listened to me, and now I've got these two little individuals that don't. So it was really in that moment that I had a unique opportunity to ask myself, if I could do anything, what would it be? And I allowed myself to just go anywhere and everywhere, just dream, just pick something, but it wasn't, I want to go lead travel tours in France. It wasn't, I want to be an artist. It was, I really love leadership. And I wonder if I could help other leaders be better, because there's a lot of people that are tapped for leadership and they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. They're great at what they do. The technical skills, they're not great at the human skills. And I had some pretty amazing teams, virtual teams, remote before that was a thing, high performing. We were very close. We had each other's back. And so I was like, I think I kind of know what I'm doing. So let me just try this. Now, there are a lot of us out there that will just go, I'm going to be a coach. Let it be so. And I was one of those people.
That's so true.
So true. And I was one of those people. And so I'm like, but I don't want to be one of those people. So when I had this idea, I'm like, I actually would like to be taken seriously. I want to make sure I've studied this. I have some credentials that people aren't just hiring my ego. And so I went and got certified with Gallup CliftonStrengths and became a CliftonStrengths coach. So again, been doing that since 2016. Got certified in emotional intelligence, also with situational leadership with the Center for Leadership Studies. Soon to have my ICF certification come May. And studied a lot, read a lot, got my own coaches, worked with them, learned from them. And I've just been having an absolute blast ever since. And we have a small but very mighty, awesome team at Career Frame. And so we really are a team-based approach. I tend to focus on C-suite, SVPs, senior leaders, and all of the workshop group facilitation type stuff. And then we have 3 other just awesome coaches that will step in to do the one-on-one stuff. I will do the one-on-one stuff again, a little bit more at the senior level. But we love what we do. We have a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a passion pivot, as I call it. Yeah. And I've been more successful doing this than I was in the travel industry. So I guess I got into something right.
Well, now that I'm like hearing more about your story, now I understand why you wrote the book, like how you could write the book all in.
Yes.
What you see as a coach
Yeah.
And what you learn, I mean, you're in it, right? You're in the
Yes.
trenches, you're in it up to your eyeballs. You see what people need, what they struggle with. No wonder you wrote a book.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Yeah, and it's the book I had it was a surprising journey to write it. I did not have a writing discipline. It was very intuitively written. Like if I felt it, I'd write it. If I didn't, I wouldn't. And so it just really, I just let it
Good
flow.
for you.
And yeah, it's kind of memoir-ish, if you will. It takes the reader through a 6-year journey of where I was completely frustrated, wanting to be, an all-in mom and really wanting a career as well. And I needed to go on this journey to find out, how do I do both and do both well at a level that feels good to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it was just that journey of going from completely frustrated straight through fear to hell and back, all through all the pain, through all the hard work I needed to do on myself, and really found this just joy and fun on the other side.
I love it. Yeah. And that's tough. Like, it is, people don't talk about how hard it is to be a mom and like live up to the standards of what like a good mom is. And, for me, I grew up watching my mom's job, and her only focus was like us kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was it. So I'm like, okay, me be good mom means home available all the time.
Yeah. It's interesting just hearing you say that. Like just now in this moment, I just started like had a quick reflection. So my mom passed away when I was 9, and she was a private investigator. So it was Nancy Bourne PI, which I thought was super cool. I was like, do you know Magnum? And if you do, can I meet him? Because he's kind of cute, hunky. Tom Selleck, for all of those that don't remember who Magnum was.
Right.
He's still hunky. And I do not recall a time, except for, of course, when she was sick, right? But I don't recall when she was home, anytime she wasn't at work all day and then came home and made dinner and woke me up every morning and took me to school and still made time to go see Elton John and smoke a cigarette and drink a margarita. And like, just as I reflect back just in this exact moment, I'm like, yes, she did it all. She really did. So we all can. Here's the thing is I've been on several episodes, different podcasts recently, talking a lot about this book and working moms and the balance. And I just always want to encourage people to not compare to other people. Don't compare yourself unless it's, I really like what they're doing. How do I do that? That's more inspiration.
Yeah.
But if you're comparing, going, how do they do it? Like, I can't do it all. Please stop. Because
seriously,
the balance and what all in means to you is what it means to you and for you. And we all can find what that balance is. And some days it's 50-50, some days it's 90-10, some days it's, 25-75.
Yeah.
Gotta cut ourselves some slack in general.
Yeah. I warned you, I bring everything back to like health and fitness somehow.
Do it.
But
Love it.
man, that comparison, it speaks to me because I still find myself falling into that. I'll be like at the gym and like see someone next to me.
My biceps aren't as big as hers. Right?
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like she's, I'm only doing this much and she's doing that much. And then I'm also like, Melissa, hey, she's 20, you're not.
Right. Exactly.
Probably never given birth. You have 3 times.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
calm down. You don't know her story. You don't know what chapter she's on. I could be on chapter 37 and she's on chapter 10. Like, and we're trying to compare those.
100%.
That comparison, man, it's the root of all evil. And
yeah. I do the same thing. So I work out at Class Studios here. I'm in Dallas, and I love Class Studios so much. So shout out to them. Their community is amazing.
I love it.
The owners are fantastic. And I mean, I became addicted to Class Studios because it's like working out in a nightclub with EDM music and lights and infrared. And I'm just like, this is amazing. And I'm probably one of the oldest people in there. I'm 51. And yeah, it's predominantly, I would say, skews more in their 30s. And so same thing, like I'm in there and I'm just like, okay, so we're jacking it out with jumping jacks. And I'm like, oh God, my hip. Oh wait, I have to wear tennis shoes now. I can't do this barefoot anymore. Like all these things. And I had to check myself and just go, just what you said, Carrie, you're over 50. You're postmenopausal. You have had 2 children, and you still have kick-ass biceps and obliques. So chill out.
Yeah. Yeah. Calm down. Calm down.
Calm the hell down.
But I bet you see like a lot of people doing that with their career too. And like, how do you do it all? And if someone ever asks me that, I'm always like, I don't do it all.
You're like one day at a time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends
Slowly.
on the day.
Yeah.
Some days I'm not.
One thing I do hate though, like that I see often when it comes to comparisons, when you start to see people do that, or if we're doing it ourselves and you see people that are like, oh, well, she has this. And we start listing all the things off. And then we start going into like, well, she can only do that because her husband works and she only has 2 kids. I have 4. And
victim, they go into victim mentality.
yes. And well, she's 5'9" and I'm 5'4". So, that's why. And I have this and she's had that. And it's almost like the person that should be looking at and being like, yes, queen, I want some of what you're doing. Okay, how do I learn from this? Like what you were originally saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You're stripping them of their hard work that they deserve and that they earn. And we're like trying to come up with these ways of like, well, they only had that because of this, or she only goes to the gym and has time to do it because of her job, or
well, and you and I both know that is all about that person. That has nothing to do with the one they're calling out. And as a matter of fact, everything they're saying about that other person is a direct reflection of what they're saying about themselves. And so it's like, if I hear something like that, I would just be like, look at you with all your cute little excuses. How's that working for you? Right? Like, how is that working for you?
Exactly.
And to your point, it's like, is there a reason why we're not celebrating this other person? We have to put them down to make ourselves feel better. There's this amazing book by Wallace Wattles written in the 1920s called The Science of Getting Rich. And I'm in a leadership group, and we do this book club around this book. And one of the biggest ahas from this book, massive shift for me, because there's a lot of us executive coaches out there. There's a lot of us CliftonStrengths coaches. There's just a lot of us, which yay us, right? This book talks about competition versus creation. And when I was reading this the first time, I've read the book 3 or 4 times now, but the first time I was like mind blown. I'm like, that's totally it. Like what is meant to be mine is going to be mine. And what is meant to be yours is not going to be mine.
Yeah.
And I must celebrate you for yours. And if you celebrate me for mine, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But when we shift to this creation and collaboration versus competition, you just like lift the energy in the room, in the, proverbial room. And there's a lot of people that don't do that because they go into victim mentality. And again, that's for their own trauma and their own reason. And they're just reflecting back to the world, how they really feel about themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And it helps you evaluate who should be in your life, who shouldn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is a energy drainer, an energy stealer, who fills your bucket, who doesn't, which brings me to like the energy audit. You talk about this and like really identifying energy leaks in your life. I love that verbiage too, like energy leaks, because I don't think we realize how many we have.
Yep.
And different things that take from us, and then we don't replenish.
Yeah. So we can talk about the energy audit. There's another way to look at it too, that this one is not mine. And I apologize in advance. I can't remember where I read it. It's a friction audit, which is a similar way of looking at energy leak audit.
Okay.
And it is really about writing down the things that are causing friction in your life. And when you write those things down, then it's like that kind of translates into energy leak because it's causing friction. So when we're talking about energy, and I talk a lot about ROE, return on energy, this is what we're investing in. So we all know about ROI. Okay. Yep. What are we investing our energy in? And what is the return on that energy? Just like if we invest money, we get a return. We hope to get a return on that money. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Same thing with energy. And I think a lot of us are hardcore achievers. So we're just go, do this, do that. And we're going so fast. We don't pause enough to just stop, think, feel, observe. And when we do that from time to time, and if you do it every day, that's amazing. If you don't, that's okay. But if you do it from time to time and you really allow yourself to stop and just go, what is causing friction in my life right now? And then you go, so when we're talking about the audit, the energy audit, it's my vibe checklist, which is you verify the feeling, look at the impact, balance the cost, and then you either eliminate or execute.
Oh my God, I love it.
On this thing, whatever the thing is. And you can apply it to anything, personally, professionally. And so when you look at these things, these feelings, these actions, these thoughts, and you take the time to realize, is this causing friction in my life? And if so, then how is this causing a leak? Is this causing friction? I hate it so much. And I can absolutely see why it's a must. I hate this job. I got to go to work. I need the paycheck. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Okay. We hear that story a lot.
Mhm.
You can always go get a different job. I mean, that is the reality. No matter how many excuses someone gives, like you can always go get another job. A lot of people feel really stuck. And they're like, because I'm broke and I need benefits, I need a paycheck. And that is real. So there are some things that when you do pause to look at the friction and you do pause and you do the vibe checklist, some things.
The new Wegovy pill is now available through Weight Watchers. Powerful GLP-1 results in a simple pill at the lowest price available. And with Weight Watchers, you can get doctor support and personalized nutrition programs. See if you qualify at weightwatchers.com. Ad not reviewed or approved by Novo Nordisk.
At Great Wolf Lodge, there's adventure for the whole family. You and your pack can splash away in the indoor water park where it's always 84 degrees. There's a massive wave pool, a lazy river, and tons of water slides for your pack to enjoy together. And the fun doesn't stop there. Get ready to explore and play at adventure-packed attractions from Magi Quest, a live-action game that takes place throughout the lodge, to the Northern Lights Arcade. There's also a bunch of great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. And the best part? With 22 lodges across the country, you're always only a short drive away from adventure. So bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Book your stay today at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
You are going to still need to do to be responsible. This is a big topic in my book. I experienced that. Having to do what was responsible versus doing what I really wanted to do. And so we all, I think, have some version of that. But information is power. Knowledge is power. And so you're pausing and you're allowing yourself to get this information about how you're running your life. That's how you make the shifts. And that's how you grow to make sure you do have that juicy life, as my book talks about.
Hey, Bomb Life fam, I have a question for you. Are you the kind of person who crushes it at work, shows up for your family, checks off every to-do list, but when it comes to your fitness, your energy, and your confidence, it feels like something's missing? You might be doing the workouts, listening to all the right podcasts. I mean, you are listening to this one. But deep down, you know you're just kind of going through the motions and you're done playing small in this area of life. That's exactly why I created Fit Mind Coaching, my private one-on-one program for high-achieving women and men who are ready to level up. This isn't just another fitness plan. This is about building the body and the mindset to match the life you're working so damn hard for. Because success in business means nothing if you're hiding in hoodies, avoiding mirrors, or dragging through your day with zero energy, or showing up on Zoom meetings feeling good from the chest up, but praying no one ever sees what's going on below the screen. We're talking about fat loss, muscle building, and real confidence that bleeds into every area of your life, your boardroom, your bedroom, and your parenting. You want it all? Good. You should have it all. Let's go. Click the link in the show notes and book your free call with me today. Let's build the strongest, most confident version of you inside and out. You're ready for more, and I'm ready to show you how. Back to the show. Well, and no one teaches us these things, Carrie. Like,
I'm going to teach you all this, Melissa.
Yes, please do. But I mean, I do the very basic, like with my kids, I feel like right now, and like, where is your energy going towards? What people are taking from you? Do you remember that book, Be a Bucket Filler, or Are You a Bucket Filler, or something like that?
Yeah.
Everyone carries.
Fill your bucket. Yep.
Yeah, everyone carries an invisible bucket. That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
And
what's so great is I brought on a new client last year, and I'm actually going to look over here. It's a drop in your bucket. Actually, I don't know if that's the name of the book, but this thing I'm looking at on my wall, it says a drop in your bucket. And it's from that. And it basically, my new client sent me a note basically saying, we're so excited to partner with you at CareerFrame. You just put a drop in our bucket. And I was like, what? How amazing was that?
Right?
How amazing was that? And I just was like, that's so great. But that's also very strengths-based, the drop in your bucket.
Yeah. Okay, tell me more about this checklist. Like, end result, what will it identify for us and end up showing us?
The goal is by the time you get to E, it will help you decide and determine if you're going to eliminate something or execute on something.
Okay.
And again, sometimes the execution sucks. It's the responsible thing that we have to do in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So even those things are temporary. And I think that's important for us to look at that is this is not forever. We're in seasons. Sometimes we got to do the hard things. We can do hard things in order to get to that place. Again, as I talk about in the book, I had that chapter of responsibility in order to get to where I am now. So I'm not, yes, I'm still going to be responsible for and provide for my family, but now I'm doing it with what I want to do. And I'm doing it having fun. Whereas before it was staying in a corporate job, no matter how much I adored my boss and my team, the company, I just wasn't aligned with where I needed to be. And that was my own personal stuckness. And so the checklist just helps you think through things, write it down. So you're actually spending time like taking inventory of this stuff. Again, we don't slow down enough to take that action. So it's just the taking action of doing this checklist, and then you land with, am I going to do this or am I not going to do this? And if I'm not going to do this, does it still need to be done? Can I delegate it to somebody? Can I delay it? It's just helping you manage your energy. And again, do you need instant gratification? Are you going to get instant gratification from this, or is it going to be down the road? I mean, one example I give with return on energy is like a startup. When someone's a startup entrepreneur, very seldom do you get an instant, you just started your company and you exited in 12 months.
Right.
Don't think that happens. Right. So that's like a long term, a long play. So it just really helps you slow down and think. It just gives you some structure and a framework to get to an end result. So you know what action to take. I'm very big about, we can talk all day long, but what are you doing? The say-do ratio.
Yeah, people can talk and say I should, and they should all over the place. I should do this. I need to do this. And
if you should, you're shitting on yourself.
That's where's the action? Where is that?
Yeah. And another question I've asked myself. This is actually the book I wanted to write, and then this publisher was like, "It's awesome, except I hear like 9 different stories within this one thing." I was like, "Okay, well maybe this is not the path." All in ended up being the result. But I started with this question around, how serious are you? And I would ask myself this a lot. And then I would ask clients this, and they're like, well, serious about what? I'm like, the thing you keep talking about or bitching and moaning about, but not doing anything about. Either do something with it, and not doing something is doing something.
Yep.
Just please stop talking about it, because the talking doesn't do anything. It's the action that we have to do. So how serious are you about this thing that you keep talking about? Right. If you're serious, take action. If you're not serious, that's okay too. But just move on. You're just ruminating, going in circles.
Well, and like reevaluate that, because there's so many people that are like, this is what I want. And the talk is like way up here, but their willing is way down here. What they're actually willing to do. Like there's that massive gap. I see that all the time. And it's like, maybe we need to adjust what you truly want, and or that goal that you're after, so there's not that big of a gap, and then it's actually more achievable.
Well, it's stopping and asking that. Okay, awesome. That sounds great. Why do you want it? Because again, back to achievers, we go from what to how, and why is where all the answers are.
Oh my God.
And sometimes it's like 7 whys deep, right? But if we're not asking, if we don't know why we're doing something, I mean, and I will say this in the workshops I do, when I'm facilitating a group or a conference or anything like that, I'm like, all of this stuff sounds awesome.
Right.
Sounds really great. I'm sure your ego loves it. Why are you doing this? Why do you feel this way? Why are you saying this? Why are you thinking this? Like, do you actually know? Pretend there's no right or wrong answer. I just want your authentic answer.
Yeah.
Because once I get the why, then it's like, okay, keep going. Keep going. Okay, why now? But why that? And just expand. And then that's when the clarity starts to come. Clarity is going to come with movement, whether it be movement of thought, movement of, literally one foot in front of the other. But that's when the clarity is going to come of, now, can you get there? Right. Because once you know the why, you'll start to understand how. Then you'll start to measure, how hard is this going to be? Do I really want to put this much effort into it?
Yeah.
Does this really just sound good? Is this my ego? Or do I really want to do this? Because I have a very strong belief that if it truly matters to you, you will do it.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't like hearing that. Well, it matters. Does it? Because I'm not seeing any action.
Yeah.
And that's, again, that's okay. That's completely okay. I think if it really matters to you, you're going to find a way. You'll get it done. Don't worry. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's so crazy. You're you're like saying this right now. Literally last night I did a team call and I coach for about like 30 minutes. And then I lead yoga and we ground ourselves and we stretch and everything. And last night was all about our why. And I'm like, I feel like we've gotten away from this. We really need to come back and reconnect and
just get stuff done.
Yeah. And I was very vulnerable and I had written out like my whole like why statement and mine was pertaining to health and fitness and working out. Like that was the topic we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I got so much clarity because mine has shifted. And I bet you see that too of like your why starts out as something, but then as you get deeper or achieve certain things, that shifts.
Yeah.
And part of my why, I was like, I want to share this with you guys and I want to be vulnerable with you because you never know what it might trigger inside of you or be like, oh my God, like I never even thought of that before. And some big parts for me were talking about just power and strength and having that and being someone who was involved in a domestic violence situation. And like, I talked about like, I want the ability to actually push. Like when I leg press, I hate the fucking leg press. Like I don't want to do it, but when I dig deep and I start using that why, I'm like, I want you guys to understand how powerful your why can be. And in those moments, it literally guides me to like, you're going to push. You're going to do more than what you thought you could do because this is what you're letting, guide you in that moment. And then just going into the children and like raising these humans or not humans, but these mini adults now. And like, man, if I don't show them, who will? Who will?
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you want your kids to be athletic and strong and tough and like live that life, like, man, you cannot be 300 pounds on the sidelines yelling at them. They won't take you serious.
Yeah. You gotta role model. You gotta role model the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And like with my kids, so I am into health, fitness too. Like I care about my body. I want to have energy physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things, but definitely physically. And I'm real with them. Like my daughter, sometimes she knows that if I'm upset, she always finds me in the bathroom. And so she'll come in there, Mommy, are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. And then she like sits next to me and she rubs my back and I'm like, honey, I go, you're sweet. I go, I'm okay. It's just more like moms cry. Sometimes being a mom it's the best job and it's the hardest job. So sometimes, we cry and we get frustrated about things and there's super highs and super high highs and some really crappy lows and just showing her what it's like to be real. It's like, no, I'm not perfect and I'm not going to have every hair in place and I'm not going to have my makeup perfect. Half the time I don't even wear makeup. And it's just really showing them what real is. And also things that we care about, what health looks like. I always tell my husband, I joke, we always say, I want them to be healthy, happy, and safe. And he's like, safety third. Like, I didn't really mean it that way, but maybe. And so it's just that since they were little, we were just healthy, happy, safe. Like those are the three things. And sometimes your definition of happy is going to be different than my definition, and that's okay. Yeah. And I tell that to my kids all the time too. Like my daughter will ask, well, Mom, what do you believe? And I'm like, I have my belief and I can tell you all day long about what I believe, just as long as you know it's my belief. So you are absolutely completely free to have your own belief, and we don't have to have the same belief. I want you to be your own person. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll thank you for that. But what do you believe? So then I'll tell her, like, well, this is what I believe. And again, do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? What do you think? What do you feel? Mm-hmm. So it's really just raising these humans and young adults to feel empowered.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that you're not like pushing, like, no, because that's the what I grew up in, and like the home of like, this is what we believe, this is how we think, we feel, and we act, and this is how you're going to too.
I mean, I've definitely been around that. It has shifted some relationships in my family, more like extended family. My dad is Mr. Mom and one of my best friends, and my sister and I are super close. It's more like extended family that, like, actually, no, I'm not going to do what you think I should be doing the way you think I should be doing it, because that actually sounds a lot like your life. And this is my life. And this is what I want to do. And, no, I'm going to parent my children this way, not that way. Thank you so much for your feedback, kind of thing. So it's not rejecting it or being an asshole back to them. It's just more of like, thank you. And I'm going to do what works for me and what works for my family. So there definitely has been some influence of that I've had to work through, and just to really settle's not the right word, embrace.
Embrace. Yeah.
Embrace is embracing the uncomfortableness with some family members, because quite frankly, I felt rejected. Like, if you're going to reject the way I am, that's okay. Then I'm just not going to engage as much,
Right.
or I'm going to engage differently.
Oh, I know there's so many people listening right now that are like,
Yeah.
yep, I totally know this topic. And that's how it was for me. Like because I was married for 17 years and I ended that marriage, and being a Hispanic female Catholic, you don't get divorced. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And it was like the extended family. And I'm like, look, we can agree to disagree, but until you've lived a day in my life or walked in my shoes, you have no idea.
Exactly. It's like, you don't know my reality. Don't you love when people go, well, that's the reality? I'm like, no, it's a reality. Might be your reality.
Yep.
It's not my reality. And I had a similar thing where it's this, there's a story like this in the book around just living very different realities from a family member, yet being told all the things that I should be doing and the way I should be doing them. And it was this very similar thing. Like, you don't actually live in my life. You live in your life. Your life is amazing. Good for you, right? My life's amazing. It's different. My son is neurodivergent. And so I love all the advice about how to parent my son from people that don't have something like my son, It's just like, oh, thank you, you're cute, but no. So yeah, I mean, I think that there is a reason unapologetic is in the subtitle of my book, because it was going through this journey and just saying, sorry, not sorry. Like, this is about me. I'm going to focus on me for a second in order to be the best version of me for all of the rest of you that I aim to make a positive impact on. But if I'm in a shitty headspace, I'm not great to be around. 2017 Carrie, she was not fun to be around at all. Like, I like got on my own nerves. I was in such a bad place. But that's why I was like, this is an unapologetic quest. This is about me. I'm not going to apologize for how I feel, what I'm doing, what I'm saying. I don't want to hurt people. I'm not going out of my way to hurt people. If you're feeling hurt by something that I'm doing for me, that's actually your problem. Yeah. That is not my problem. That is you choosing to be offended or choosing to feel hurt and everything.
Amen.
Else. When my decisions for my life, if they have an ancillary impact on you, again, it's probably your choice to be impacted by that. Mm-hmm. And so, this is next level thinking that I think a lot of people don't stop, and they think about it maybe-ish, but they don't stop and really go, right, you know what, you're right. Because we also have to look in the mirror. If we're getting upset and we want to blame someone, we have to go, actually, I'm choosing to be the victim, to be all butthurt and everything, when that person, it's classic Mel Robbins, let them go do their thing and just let me do mine.
Yeah, that's true. And all of this, everything that we're talking about with the kids and letting them, like, if you don't slow down and really process, like, it will lead to burnout.
Yes.
You will get burned out as a leader, as a parent, probably as a partner, like everything. And you talk a lot about how to avoid burnout. You did a reel recently and you were talking about how you're like, it's not what did you say? It wasn't an absence of something but you said it was like a lack of stress recovery.
Yes.
I can't remember your correct verbiage, but I was like,
no, let's talk about it. So
it made me stop, Carrie, and go, oh shit.
I got Melissa's attention. Yeah. So what I likely said was, stress is never the problem. The problem is the lack of stress recovery. And that is classic. And that's a perfect also tie in back to your passion of health and fitness as well. So it's a great analogy with that. If you are picking up a weight and you are doing some, bicep curls, and you just get going, what you're doing is you're stressing that muscle.
Right.
At some point, you got to put the weight down, and you need that muscle to recover. If you don't recover the muscle, you're going to burn it out, and you're going to hurt it. You're literally going to physically hurt that muscle. Same thing with life. Same thing with our mental status, with our emotions, physical, mental, emotion, spiritual, all of it. Mm-hmm. We have to take moments of recovery. That's what we're not doing enough of.
Yeah.
And so we just go, again, achiever. This keeps coming up in our conversation here. I love it. It's just go, do it, get it done. Checklist. And we're so busy just focusing on all the things we have to get done we're not pausing to breathe, to rest, to recover. I talk with people at work about this all the time in the companies that we partner with. I said, one thing I did changed my life. I was getting burned out doing what I absolutely love. That's a shitty place to be in.
That's a shitty place.
Shitty place. Love what you do. And you're just like, I can't breathe. I have no time. I mean, and everyone's like, what a great problem. I'm like, it is a beautiful problem. Still a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I changed all my 60-minute meetings to 50 minutes. That was it. So now I started seeing white space on my calendar. Just visually, I started calming down. I was like, oh my gosh, there's white space. A rainbow just like had thrown up because everyone's color coded, thrown up on my calendar. But then I was starting to see white space. And then I started communicating to my clients. I'm like, here's why I'm doing this. Because I would like 10 minutes to process our conversation, process our team session, process whatever, shake it off and be present fully for the next person or the next team.
Yes.
They all got that. They're like, I love that. I go, and guess what? You get 10 minutes back too. So just little things like that of baking in the recovery so you do not get burned out. That's all it takes. Because again, a lot of us are achievers out there. We're going to be doing a lot of things. We're working parents. You said you got a lot of dad listening, a lot of men listening to your bottom life as well. So we're all having bottom lives out here. So a lot of us are working and doing the parent thing and trying to take care of ourselves all at the same time. You've got to break. You've got to pause for the stress recovery, or you will just stay in burnout. Your energy. That's where the energy leak comes because you're doing too much. You actually get more energy through the pauses.
Yes.
You're just refueling. That's all you're doing.
Yes. God, I'm so glad that we're like having this conversation, that people are hearing it again. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like the parent, like when you tell your kids something like over and over again and they don't hear it, but then they have a teacher tell them or a coach tell them and they're like, oh my God,
brilliant.
Guess what they told me today? And you're like, are you kidding me?
Yes. Don't get like they got credit.
Yeah. So I don't care. This episode is that, and you are the person that's like reminding them again of like, this is so important. And I'm just now getting over being sick. I was like terribly sick 2 weeks ago and I couldn't train. It got a little scary for me because mentally, like,
mentally it's a beat down. Yeah.
I like sat on the floor and tried to reach my toes, Carrie. Like I literally couldn't reach my feet. And I'm like my forehead's to my knees type of girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm never going to be the same.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I had to realize and remember, like, Melissa, like how long have you been training really hard for? When was the last time that you took over a week off? And I'm like, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'll take recovery days and I'll recover and do stuff, but like the good long one to let your body reset. And I'm like, what would you tell your client? You need this time.
We often don't practice what we preach them.
Coaches are the worst.
Well, and here's the other thing too, and back to just bringing it back to working out and weight. So when you pick that dumbbell up, okay, it's 10 pounds, let's say, and then you're working out and you put it down for the stress recovery. The next time, pick up the 12 pound and you will be able to do the 12 pound. Again, put it down, recover. So that's another thing that people don't understand. The recovery pause is actually contributing to you being stronger.
Yeah.
You are making yourself weaker and you are working harder, not stronger, when you don't pause. And I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm like, good thing you have that attitude because you're probably going to die sooner.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, what kind of bullshit comment is that? That's an excuse. That's a brush off. And so it's just owning what you're saying to yourself, owning, are you pausing or are you not? And allowing yourself to pause because you will only get better. You will only be stronger. You will only be more powerful, more dynamic, all of the things when you allow yourself these moments of just energy refuel and stress recovery.
Yep. I am so glad that we are talking about this right now. People, they just need to hear it. And it needs to be taught to our kids. Because right now they have a lot of coaches that push them and they're like, rest when you're dead,
same thing.
Don't complain and keep going. And I'm like, and I've seen kids that like have gotten hurt and they're like, you play through it, just tape it up. And I'm like,
you're like, no, don't work that way.
Hold on.
You can again, if you want to work harder, but that's not working smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie, I feel like I could talk to you for like another 3 hours. I feel like I could just go grab a cup of coffee and just be like,
we can make that happen anytime we want.
yes, that's true.
Record it or not.
That is so true. Carrie, where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Where can we get your book? We'll put everything in the show notes too, but I'd love for my guests to always say it too.
Yeah, and I think you were going to put the vibe checklist in the show notes too.
We will put the vibe.
That if that's helpful. So All In, you can find on Amazon. You can also find it on our website, careerframe.com.
Okay.
Sounds just like it's spelled just like it sounds. If you are interested in working with us as coaches and leadership developers, if you are a leader of a team or you're looking for some support for yourself, please reach out and contact us through the website. And you can find me on Instagram as well. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, please do. Just let me know you heard me on the Bomb Life so I know to accept your LinkedIn request.
Yes.
Otherwise, sometimes I get some randoms and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think so. Get pretty intentional about my contact list. So so LinkedIn, Instagram, careerframe.com, Amazon for All In. It is Kindle and Audible and book.
Awesome. People follow you on social media. What are you on social media? Is it Career Frame?
So CD Fabris. I do have Career Frame, but interestingly enough, I don't do a lot about it. I just want to put my authentic self out there as Carrie.
I love it.
So CD Fabris and follow me and say hi.
Perfect. Oh, Carrie, I hope we get to work together again. This was incredible.
We have power over that, Melissa. We can make that happen.
We do. We can make that happen, girl. Because this was amazing. This is just This is going to fill buckets today. This episode alone.
So fun.
Putting drops in the bucket, girl. I love it.
Yes, this was a delight. Thank you for having me.
You were a blessing to the show. So thanks for coming on. Everyone, make sure you go and check out the show notes. And hopefully we'll have Carrie back and keep this conversation going. And until then, everyone stay safe, stay healthy. Until next time. The Bomb Life podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The content shared here is not intended as medical, legal, or professional advice. Always consult with a qualified professional before making any health, fitness, financial, or legal decisions. The opinions shared on this podcast are personal experiences and insight. So if you need expert guidance, go find the right professional for you. Thanks for listening.